And with that, hi and welcome back on my channel to this brand new video. It's already time for the next episode of the quarter news, and I have a lot of new KNX devices and updates to show you. So let us first of all start with OneHome. OneHome announced a new product on their website and also on their YouTube channel, so if you are interested more into this device, then definitely check out their YouTube channel. And they showed the new OneHome System Manager. The System Manager is a brand new device that brings a lot of new features into the OneHome world, let's say it this way, because all the features of the OneHome System Manager will also be adopted to the OneHome Server Pro. So if you have the OneHome Server Pro, you can be excited for the following new features. First of all, the OneHome System Manager will include a Lua scripting module. So that means that besides the logic module of the already known OneHome servers, we now will also have a Lua scripting module in the OneHome world for a much more flexible programming experience, let's say it this way. And as the title suggests of the device, it's mainly focused on system integrators to have a better understanding of what is happening in their KNX system. So that also means that the System Manager will include a KNX group monitor and also a history of the group monitor, which I think is a pretty neat feature, because typically when you are searching errors, or let's say this way, when an error occurs, you typically don't have the EDS up running to see what really happened on the bus. And with this device, it's installed in your system, it runs 24/7 and will always log what really happened on the twisted pair bus. So for bug fixing, I think it's a pretty neat feature. Another neat feature for bug fixing and also for visualization purpose is the new diagram feature, which the OneHome System Manager will also include. So that means that the telegrams that you log, you can also visualize with the new diagram features. And on the pictures on the webpage and also on their videos, this feature looks pretty, let's say complex, because it seems like you can overlap multiple diagrams to better see what really happened. And besides that, the OneHome System Manager will also include some already known features, like we can use it as a KNX IP tunneling interface. For remote programming, you have the logic module that is also included in the OneHome servers. And then you can also, of course, use it for time synchronizing. So the OneHome System Manager can send date and time onto the KNX bus, and you have a system monitor to see what happened in the OneHome system. So that's the new OneHome System Manager, and I'll definitely check out the new features once they are implemented into the OneHome Server Pro, which I already took a look at on my German YouTube channel. So that's the OneHome System Manager, but that's not all for this quarter news. Next up we have PEAKnx. PEAKnx is a German manufacturer for control touch panels in the KNX segment. Now definitely in your premium or high-end segment, but those KNX touch panels are pretty neat. For example, if you have old systems with old touch panels, their PEAKnx definitely has its strength to retrofit new displays into it. And the new display PEAKnx has is the Control 16, as the name suggests. It's a 16-inch, or to be specific, 50.6-inch KNX touch panel. On the PEAKnx touch panels, the operating system is Windows, and their own visualization server, the UV visualization, is already pre-installed, which you can use. But obviously, as it is a Windows system, you can use it for any other visualization that already runs on Windows. Simply install the dedicated app for that, so the Windows app, and then you can just use the touch panel also for other visualizations, like for example the Gira visualization, but you could also use it, for example, for Home Assistant. Now, as mentioned, it's definitely a KNX device in the high-end segment. The devices are manufactured here in Germany, actually not very far from where I live. The Control 16 starts at a price point of around 3,500 euro, at least here in Germany. Included with that is also the front glass panel, which you put on top of the display. And this is also pretty cool, because this glass panel that you put on front of it can also be individualized, so you can print a picture or something else on it. But definitely, if you are interested in it, check out the PEAKnx webpage. I have linked it down in the show notes below. Another device which was just recently released for KNX is the new ABB Busch Watchdog Pro in the KNX version. The KNX version has a field of view of 280 degrees, and this new version also has KNX Secure included, and it also has a Bluetooth connection with which you can connect your smartphone to the Busch Watchdog, and via the connection you can then control up to, I think it was 10 individual functions that you connect to the Busch Watchdog. So it doesn't need to be a function that is triggered by the motion detector. It could also be, for example, simply a switch function or anything else that you can imagine. So that's the new Busch Watchdog Pro. If you are more interested into the device, let me know in the comment section down below. Yes, so what else do we have? Well, if we take a look at maybe not the typical KNX field, let's say it this way. If we take a look at WAGO and their I/O system, they have released a new module for the KNX for their PLC system. That means that you can now, or you could already use their PLC system in combination with KNX, but with the new module, the 7531646, you can now connect it via KNX Data Secure, and you now have more group objects available. This new module, however, can only be used with the latest PLCs, so not with the earlier PLC that still run with Codesys version 2.3. Therefore, the module only works with Codesys version 3.5. Next up, we have Theben with their brand new KNX time switch, the TR648 Top 3 RC KNX. This time switch is a module for your switching cabinet. If you, for example, don't have a visualization server where you put up your time switch functions, this is a pretty neat device because you simply put this device into your switching cabinet. You can either then parameterize the time switch functions via the display and the buttons on the front, or the new device also have a Bluetooth connection with which you can connect to your smartphone and configure the time switch functions on an app on your smartphone, which is, I think, a little bit easier. Now, maybe not the most common used device in KNX projects, but as I mentioned, it's a solution when you don't have a visualization server or any other device with which you can realize those time switch functions. Besides that, the time synchronization is achieved by connecting an external DCF or GNSS antenna. And then obviously you can use this time information to also send it onto the bus. And for the last news, I would say let us take a look together at the website of MDT, because MDT has announced multiple new products in the KNX RF range. Therefore, let us take a look here in the product catalog, which was just recently released. And if we scroll down a little bit, we can already see a glimpse of the new devices. But I will scroll a little bit further, and down here you can already see all the new RF Plus devices. So you can see that some devices reached their end of life, but they will be replaced by a new version which also implements KNX Secure. But the new devices that I want to take a look at is first of all the new RF Plus heating valve drive. And if we take a look at it, here you can see it's a KNX RF device, a KNX RF heating valve in 3 different versions with different battery types, some with the displays, some not. And with that, you can then hook up this heating valve drive to your already existing KNX twisted pair installation, for example, and can then control your heating system. And I'm definitely excited to see those new devices in action. And besides that, there's another new device, the RF Plus window handle, also in Secure. This device also runs on battery, so in this case with 2 AA batteries, and it's also then connected with KNX RF Plus. So you can see a lot of stuff is happening at the KNX RF Plus range at MDT. New devices, updated devices, and I'm excited to test those new devices because in my opinion KNX RF is a pretty cool solution. However, at the moment there isn't that big of a variety of products, and I think with those new products they will fit very well into the KNX ecosystem. And with that, I would say that's it for this episode of the KNX quarter news. I hope that I could give you a good overview of what is happening at the moment at the KNX market. And with that, I will say, if you have any suggestions left, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, what you think about the new products that I showed you in this video. What are your highlights? What are your expectations? And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and also the subscribe button. That would be very well appreciated. And with that, I would say I see you in the next video. So, bye bye.